Well, prophetically, I guess, the Cat in the Hat starts with it being too wet to go out. And, of course, my first live hit, Storm Watch, and the hat falls off. Live TV, good to see you. Suzanne Leonard with the team. Yeah, it's Kasia. But Kasia is beautifully attired. We'll get back to the winds in a moment. She's Mary. Mary Poppins, I do believe. Welcome to the show.
Mary Poppins, indeed. Thank you so much, Suzanne. I probably shouldn't be speaking in this awful accent of mine, but I am afraid that I will be flying away with this umbrella very soon with those very strong winds. It's already quite gusty indeed. But the one thing you will note is that it is, in fact, quite mild. It's about 15 degrees, feels about 14 with these winds. And we're just at this house. They're so decked out here in Milton. And, of course, we do have some children here, but they're actually afraid of Mary Poppins. They're a little on the shy side, so I don't want to bother them. But we will speak to Mitch over here. Mitch, you have gone to a lot of trouble to get this house all decked out. Are you going to tell us how much you spent? Yes. Okay, so how long did this take you? Okay, a long time, a good 5? Oh, good for her.
She can.
She's going to have to come out and say hello.
Yeah, we'll see.
Is this your favorite holiday?
It is.
It is. I believe it's mine. And what about Suzanne's? Back to you inside.
Oh, thank you so much, Mary.
Not so bad, Suzanne. We're right now in a very frightening place. I'm shielded from the wind for now. And, of course, I have my umbrella with me. And I'm scared I'm going to be taken away with this umbrella by the wind. So, yes, we've got the scary werewolf here and, you know, a cemetery, snakes. There's nothing scarier than snakes, really. This is, in fact, one of those homes, one of those families that just goes all out every Halloween, I should say. And I know they do spend a lot of money on this. We've got zombies. Oh, they're really scaring me now. Zombies coming out of barrels and skeletons and coffins. And you're responsible for this. How many kids are you expecting today? Wow.
Weather permitting, of course.
Weather permitting. Yeah. That's the key. So the winds, they are picking up. It's so mild, though. It's about 15
Not too bad, yeah.
At least it's not snow, right? But the rain, it does fall a little bit, but it's not coming down very heavily when it will. With that, I throw it back to you inside. Suzanne.
Oh, splendid. It's good to see the winds take off after the trick-or-treating time. So that's good news. I wonder if the trick-or-treating's already started. Mary?
It sure has, Suzanne. You know, this is no such place for an innocent caregiver like myself, Mary Poppins. So very scary, but the kids have come out already. And I have to say, Suzanne, so many kids have already stopped by on their way home from school. Everybody wants to see what's going on at this house. This is that place that just goes all out. We have Alyssa here who's started trick-or-treating. Alyssa, what do you think of this full Snickers bars? Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed now, Mitch. Mitch, of course, is the owner here. And this is his mom. The really interesting thing is that Mitch doesn't watch horror movies. He doesn't like that. Is that right, Mom? He hates them.
He's never watched one in his life.
Is it because you didn't let him?
I'm afraid of horror.
She's afraid of horror, and look at you dressed up as death. I love it. We'll continue to go live from here throughout the evening, and we will be going trick-or-treating. Meantime, Suzanne, back to you about this rain.
Mitch has such an attractive wife. Oh, isn't her? Something that Kasia would know all about as she trick-or-treats.
Yes, indeed. Well, here in Milton, we saw some gusts of about 33 kilometers per hour, but it's not so windy right now. But I have been needing this umbrella of mine. Here at pretty much the Griswolds of Halloween here in Milton, we're now joined by the owner of this home. This is Mitch, a.k.a. Chevy Chase, who goes all out. It's all go big or go home right here. And it's really cute. Daughter Olivia. Hi, Olivia. Can you say trick-or-treat?
Trick-or-treat.
Oh, that just made my day. All right, Mitch, it's not only about the sweet decor, it's about the really big treats you're giving away. Okay, so check it out. Yeah, free gift cards, why not, right? Cake, she says. How about the weather? Back to you inside, Suzanne.
Kasia is going to be overnight. Otherwise, it would be a dangerous evening. And your umbrella, well, that would be gone.
That's right. I am Mary Poppins. I don't have my umbrella with me right now. But yeah, we haven't really seen those gusts that we're talking about yet in this area in Milton. But it is so nice and mild, about 15 degrees, a little bit of rain. And Steve and the girls here. Steve, how do you feel about this weather?
So far, so good.
Yeah, it doesn't bother you that
Not
it's
yet.
raining.
No, not yet.
At least it's not snow.
Yes,
That's what I think. All right, so you have your girls here. They're very cute. They're in their parkas. They're nice and warm. Taylor, can you say hi? You're a little bat girl. Can you say trick or treat?
Trick or treat.
Yes. Can I have one of your candies? Oh, look what I got, a whole chocolate bar. That's right. And before we head back to the studio, Suzanne, I have something to show you over here. Check this out and woo! Back to you inside.
Creepy and disgusting. Yes, we've been into a bit of a dry slot. Good news if you're an early trick-or-treater like our Kasha. I mean, Mary Poppins.
Yes, here I am among the ghouls, the zombies, and the scary-looking spiders. But the scarier story, Suzanne, as you know, is this rain. Whoopsie-daisy. All right, so I really do need this umbrella of mine, Mary Poppins. But what I do want to bring your attention to is the fact that trick-or-treat time has started. Now, there's no kids outside, but they are beginning to come. So if we walk you to this direction, people are all attracted to this particular home. This place is so decked out, as you can see. So it seems to not be dampening on the spirits of many people. The fact that it is raining, the fact that the winds are picking up. Peak wind gusts here in Milton, 55 kilometers per hour. So pretty impressive, but it's still very nice and mild. 14 degrees still, and it will continue to be 14 degrees throughout the afternoon. So a nice and mild Halloween indeed. With more on what's to come, the scary news from the inside. Back to you inside, Suzanne.
Yay, mild weather, Kasha.
Kasha, dressed appropriately for the occasion. What can you tell us?
Yes. Well, actually, correction. I'm Mary Poppins now. I did have an umbrella, and I really should have an umbrella, Gary, because, yeah, it is coming down. Not so badly, though. It's not so bad, but let's talk to the parents that are trick-or-treating and have a look at all the kids here. We are at the most popular home, by the way, in Milton. We are on Waiton Way, where, I mean, you could see it's all decked out, and they're giving away the best candy. All right, Mom, how do you feel about this weather?
Cold, rainy.
Well, it is 15 degrees, so it is actually kind of mild, isn't it? But it's rainy.
Yes.
Okay. And what about the winds? They haven't been so bad yet, have they?
No, not at all.
Okay, and who do we have here? We have a unicorn. Will you show your face there, lovely? Can I get a trick or treat? No. What do you say at the door? Okay, what about you guys? You guys will give me a trick or treat. Can I get a trick or treat?
Trick or treat!
That's what I'm talking about. Back to you inside, Gary.
Thank you. Is out in Milton, if I'm not mistaken, and you've been taking it like a trooper. You've been dealing with the rains. The winds will be picking up later. What can you tell us? By the way,
right.
great costume. You're Mary Poppins, right?
Thank you. Yes, you know, I'm taking it in stride, and the whole idea is to deal with the weather, maybe incorporate something weather related. So earlier we spoke to a lady. She dressed up like a fisherman. She had the net and all and in a wetsuit. It was pretty great. So I had my umbrella earlier. I lost it. But these ladies, are you prepared for this weather? Were you prepared for it? And how do you feel about it? So true. Thanks so much. And of course, these ladies came to check out this house so fully decked out for Halloween. You know, this is like the Griswold of Halloween. And this is the man responsible for it. What kind of a night has it been for you? Beautiful. Meantime, it's 15 degrees out here. Going to send it back to you with more on that.
And joins us now with an update. How many kids are out there where you are?
You know, this place is like a magnet for our kids. And, you know, you can see why. It's so decked out and we're having so much fun. And more kids are just arriving. But the weather, we've got a whole bunch of trick-or-treaters here. Mom, how do you feel about the weather?
Oh, it's Halloween and Hallow freezing. What's good? It's awesome.
Okay, so I see you're dressed appropriately. You have a poncho, so now you're a poncho ghoul.
I'm a ghost.
You're a ghost. Now, ladies down here, Marina, how do you feel about today's weather?
It's awesome because it's raining and I like when it's raining and it's awesome.
Well, there you go. She knows what she likes. What about you?
Well, it was raining last year too, but everything is awesome.
Everybody's just so happy. See that? Well, you know what? Very last question. I want to see what's in here. What kind of candy do you have? Will you give me one?
Only if you say trick or treat.
Trick or treat. All right, guys. Can I get a trick or treat?
Trick or treat!
Yeah. I'm taking home some candy. What about you, Gary? You want some?
Actually, taking it all in. It's been rainy. It's been a bit breezy, but still mild tonight. How are people handling the weather conditions?
Well, it seems like everybody's been fine with it, really, Gary. And my biggest point is at least it's not snowing, right? I remember so many times trick-or-treating in the snow. And of course, this home has been attracting so many trick-or-treaters. And even though things are winding down, we're still seeing trick-or-treaters come to this home. So we have, you know, Skeletor, a werewolf, and some scary face. Guys, what do you think of this home? Audio. Oh, okay, we're back. How do you guys feel about the weather, though? It's raining.
It's raining and windy, but it's not cold.
See how Skeletor knows his weather? Yeah, it's not cold. It's certainly mild, and we haven't been seeing those really strong wind gusts yet. Of course, in the morning, that's when we're expecting more of that. And of course, you have more details on that to you, Gary.
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more, but it's been a trooper, really, dealing with the elements and, of course, a bunch of kids who have been, I'm sure, asking you lots of questions. Everybody's in good spirits. And what a fantastic haunted house. Tell us more about the location, what's going on where you are.
We are in Milton, Gary, and we've been having such a great Halloween. I have to tell you, this place has been a magnet, I understand. There were a good 400 trick-or-treaters here. I was going to say kids, but some of the trick-or-treaters were looking a little older as well. So, yes, I am Mary Poppins, and I'm dressed very appropriately for the weather. You know, the umbrella and all. It continues to rain. The peak wind gusts here, particularly in Milton, about 45 kilometer per hour winds, but really sustained winds of about 20 so it hasn't been that bad, and it continues to be 15 degrees, so very mild. This is Kira over here. She's the wife of the gentleman who put this house together. Kira, how does it feel to live in a haunted house like this?
Well, it's good, yeah.
Now tell me, is this sound making you go crazy? La 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 la.
I think I'll be dreaming out of it now.
I think I will be too. All in all, you guys have been doing such a great time, and the weather hasn't been so bad in the end. The winds, they will be picking up, and of course, with more on that, I send it back to you inside. Gary.
All right, kick up. Kasia Berdurka joins us now with a look at this fantastic haunted house that you've been stationed at in a great costume. Tell us a little bit about the costume. Great idea. And what you've seen and enjoyed tonight.
Oh, we've been having a great night, Gary, and I've been making all sorts of friends here in Milton. This house is absolutely spectacular. And you mentioned my costume. You know, I am Mary Poppins, and I decided to be so because I knew it was going to be raining, and who carries around an umbrella? We all know it's Mary Poppins, and so do these ladies, Kelly and Rhonda. Ladies, how do you feel about the weather tonight?
Fantastic.
Because you're ready for it.
That's right. We got the hat on, we got the umbrella, we're fine.
Now tell me, I know a little secret. You guys actually drove to come here. You saw this house earlier, I guess a couple weeks ago. You said, I got to check this out, right?
Absolutely. I run by here every night, and we had to bring the kids.
All right, so let's talk to the kids. Ladies, how do you feel about this house?
It's scary.
Who are you dressed up as, young lady?
Corilla from with the 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, well, you're a kitten, obviously. What kind of a night? Has it been a good night?
Yeah, it's been a good night. Well, we went to, about to say, 240 houses so far, and we emptied out our candy twice.
Lucky you. I was going to say, show me how much candy you have in there. What do you have in there?
I don't have any right now, but I had a lot but I dumped them out of my
Aren't you
house.
lucky? So it seems like the weather has not affected you so much, really. It's still 15 degrees, not that gusty yet, but more details to come to you inside, Gary. Goodbye.
Okay. Love it.
Thank you.
Kasia, doing great work as always. Thanks for that. The kids are great.